Hello everyone, welcome to the press conference of Casper Ruud. We will start from the questions in English. If you want to ask a question but you can only speak Spanish, please ask for translation. We have staff at the side to help you. So the first question, let's go to Lucia.
Hi Casper, congratulations. I wanted to ask, how do you feel about the atmosphere in the stadium? Do you like to play with this noisy crowd? Does it bother you for some moments? Or do you like to play with such an enthusiastic audience? Thank you.
No, I think it's fun to feel the energy from the crowd, and of course you wish that it's with you and not against you, but I expect it. I'm in not Brazil, I'm in Argentina playing against an Argentinian, and that's normal. I mean, you feel the passion. I think all over South America, when home player is playing, you feel the passion from the first to the last point. And of course, it's tough in some moments, but I also enjoy it. It's nice to see full crowd, and the stadium is sold out for almost every day. So I see only positive things with it. Of course, like I said, some moments can be tough to feel the crowd cheering a lot for the other one, but I don't feel the crowd being against me, because I think they are quite fair. When I'm playing well, they also cheer for me, so I think it's a good atmosphere in the stadium.
Next one, Juan.
En Spanish, sí, porque dialogamos en español contigo en el otro torneo, recuerdo que lo hablaba muy bien. Casper, de aquel ganador de hace 2 años aquí, o 3, no recuerdo bien, o a ¿qué es lo que más has evolucionado? Además de lógicamente lo noruegués, el tiempo que ha pasado, pero tenísticamente, ¿en qué has mejorado más?
We'll have the staff to translate for Casper.
What did it change in your game from the champion here in 2020 to now?
I think confidence and self-belief, believing in myself that I can be winning tournaments, and I can play good matches against good players and have a chance to win. So 2 years ago, I was, like I said before, it was a little bit of a surprise that I won the tournament, and of course you always want to win a tournament wherever you go, but now every time I go to a tournament, I'm seated quite high, and I also have the self-belief, and in a good way. I'm trying, of course, not to lose, being humble and staying humble and ready for every opponent, but I feel also the confidence that I can do well in the tournaments I'm playing.
Bueno, básicamente tengo mucha más confianza, pude ganar varios torneos, he logrado victorias contra varios jugadores de muy buen ranking. No es que haya perdido la humildad, enfrento cada partido con la humildad necesaria, pero evidentemente alguna evolución en mi tenis, pero fundamentalmente en la confianza que tengo en mi juego y en mí mismo.
Next one, we go to Lautaro. Lautaro? Yeah.
Hi Casper, congratulations. Yesterday you did a joke in your Instagram about Big Ruud, the Olympic champion. And well, in your country, obviously, the ski and snow sports is so popular. I want to ask you about, of course, of your father, but what do you think tennis improved in Norway in the last 2-3 years? In last months with your entry to the top 10? Thank you.
Good question. It's tough to say. I think sometimes it can be a bit of coincidence where a player is from, which country is born and raised, and all these things. Obviously, I was in Norway, where we play 6 months of the year on clay and 6 months of the year on indoor hardcourt because of the weather. But you see a country like Switzerland that didn't have any, too many big players before, and then suddenly Federer and Wawrinka, they won, 23 Grand Slams together, and Switzerland is not a country you think, oh, it's a big tennis country, but now maybe it will be in the future, and I think you just need 1 or 2 players to show that it's possible for other young players also to believe that it is, and even though there have not been too many players or people from Norway before who have made it to the ATP Tour. I always believed I would do it, and hoped, of course, and tried my best every day to be able to be where I am today. And of course, some help from my father, a lot of help from him, because he's the one who's always coached me, and I've been many years to Spain practicing and developing my game. So it's a mix of everything, but in the end, where you come from cannot, shouldn't set boundaries for if you can play good tennis or not.
Let's go to Andrea.
Hello, Casper. What do you think about the next rival, the next rival, Federico Ribolis? Thank you.
Yes, he's a very good player, a tricky player, and of course plays with the left hand. And we played 3 times before, and all the matches were tough, close matches. So I would expect the same tomorrow, probably, and hopefully it can go my way. But I have to look at it as a very important and tough match, because he's obviously playing well. He's in the semi-finals. He played good yesterday, and and today the quarterfinal. I think he played very well. So I have to be ready for a tough match, and again against an Argentinian player here will be obviously tough, but I'm ready for it and looking also forward to it. It's fun to experience these kind of matches, and this is why we practice every day, to be able to compete in the semi-finals and finals and hope we can do well.
Thomas.
Casper, talking about your father, I would like to know what do you think that could improve your career, be better than your father?
Well, I got the question a lot of times when I was young, if I was going to beat my father, when are you going to beat your father, all these things. And I always try to say that, of course, there is no guarantee in tennis. You really have to earn everywhere you go, because you don't sign a contract to stay top 100, you don't sign a contract to play in a team. You have to build your way up and get your way up in the ranking. So everything depends on you. Of course, we have big teams around us that try to help us, of course, but all the results you do in the court matters in the ranking in the end. So I said that, of course, I will try to do it, and hopefully as quick as possible, but maybe in the end of my career, maybe I never beat him, so we will see. But after I won the tournament here in Buenos Aires in 2020, I beat his record, so I've been for 2 years now better than him, you can say, in the ranking. And but I always still look up to him. He's my main coach, and I think for him it's also a good achievement because he's my coach. So for him as a coach, it's also a good achievement what we have done these years.
Marcos.
Casper? Fabio from me was talking the other day that he won't be watching much tennis in the upcoming years because he doesn't like the future of tennis, because he said that all young guys are hitting balls on the forehand, on the backhand, and on the serve, and he likes another type of tennis. I wanted to know your opinion on how do you see the future of tennis?
No, I think it's in a way true what he's saying, because if you look at the younger generation, a lot of tall players who are serving very well, but at the same time they are also playing very good from the baseline. So you always, the idea is to try to be aggressive always when you play tennis and make your opponent run and try to win the points with winners. But I think you see a big difference when it comes to play and hardcourt, that you can get more returns in play and more rallies from the baseline, and that's what I like with play. You need to mix up maybe the game a little bit more. Of course, you do the same on hardcourt, mixing up, but play allows you to get more time to play and set up the points better, or if not better, but you need to produce more good shots to win the rally. And for me, as a tennis fan, I prefer to watch play, but other people prefer to watch hardcourt or grass, and that's fine. I think will always be different opinions, but I think the next new generation are a group of good players that will compete well in the coming years, and I think if he wants to watch or not is his opinion, but I'm sure we will see good tennis the next 15, 20 years.
Fernando. Sorry. Mariano.
Casper, hi. You know who is Mike Bjornen?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Okay. If,
You know who Messi is? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah? And Maradona? You know him?
Yeah, I know.
It's the same for us.
It's the same, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is Malik Gorin is in a corner of Oslo? I don't know.
Sorry?
If Malik Gorin is having coffee, for example,
Yes.
in the downtown of your city,
Yes.
and you are in another coffee, the people in Norway, who recognize more, you or Malik?
No, the Marit Bjørgen.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. She won many Olympic gold medals, and I think her career was incredible. And that's what matters in the end in Norway, who wins the gold medals, and that's fair. We always had this mentality that winning the gold in Olympic is the biggest thing, and I agree in many sports, but I'm not sure in tennis if it's like this. Personally, I think the Grand Slams are bigger, but of course, the Olympic gold is something everyone would like to achieve. But if I had to choose Olympic gold or Grand Slam myself, I would choose a Grand Slam.
Any more questions, Mas Preguntas? Okay, we'll conclude the press conference today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sí, decime.